Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to consider esterification, the reaction mechanism of esterification, and after esterification is over, then I will cover hydrolysis of esters, the two mechanisms we are going to consider. Up till now, actually, we have considered, means we started with hybridization concept. Based on hybridization, we studied various effects, inductive effect, electromagnetic effect, resonance, hyperconjugation, and by using all those effects, then we switched over to various reaction mechanisms. Under those, now we are going to consider mechanism of esterification and one or two mechanisms, and then we will switch over to various multiple choice questions, MCQs, advanced level MCQs, which will be of use for various exams, NEET, JEE, MHT, CET. But the procedure is this: unless you are done with this various mechanisms, and for mechanisms the effects, and for effects hybridization, we cannot go for MCQs, that you should keep in mind. Now, let us directly switch over to the mechanism esterification. Before that, let me write the esterification reaction. Here I have already written the skeleton for the purpose of saving your time. This is carboxylic acid. It can be any methyl, ethyl, hydrogen, propyl, means it can be acetic acid, propionic acid, formic acid, it can be any other acid. And this is alcohol. Here I have selected specific alcohol, ethanol. It can be methanol, here it is ethanol, or else it can be propyl alcohol, N-propyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. I have chosen ethanol, common system nomenclature, ethyl alcohol. Now, carboxylic acid and alcohol in presence of concentrated H2SO4, strong heating is a must, although I have written just symbol of heating, give rise to, what I can write is this: this is ester plus in the carboxylic acid, this is acidic hydrogen atom, because when dissolved in water, hydrolysis takes place here, and substance when dissolved in water, if it gives free H plus ions, it is acid. That is part which we have already considered. Acidic hydrogen, if it is replaced by same or different alkyl or aryl group, it can be alkyl, it can be aryl, it can be same or it can be different. If this hydrogen atom, we call it as acidic hydrogen atom, if it is replaced by alkyl or aryl group, the functional group, the new compound is called as ester. So, this reaction is under consideration. Now, if water is given out, the first doubt comes in our mind is, if water is given out, whether the bond OH gets broken here and H from alcohol, or whether OH from alcohol and H from carboxylic acid, is a simple doubt which comes in the minds of students at preliminary level. Actually, from the mechanism, it will be clear that OH group from carboxylic acid and hydrogen from alcohol, they go out in the form of water, and this oxygen of alkoxy group joins, and what we get is ester. Even this can be checked by some other method. For that, what we do is that we use labeled oxygen. The labeled oxygen can be used here or there. Let me do it other way. We use labeled oxygen, oxygen 18, oxygen, routine oxygen is 16 isotopes, and labeled oxygen, alcohol prepared by using labeled oxygen means 18 oxygen, which is not a routine radioactive. It is called as labeling. And after the reaction is over, 18 oxygen was found in ester it was found here and not in water. Since this labeled oxygen is not found in water, this also proves that during ester formation water is given out. For that, OH comes from carboxylic group and H comes from alcohol. That is one thing. But once we consider the mechanism, this will get proved in a better way. Now, for this reaction is a reversible reaction. Concentrated H2SO4, concentrated H2SO4 has two purposes, means it has dual behavior, double role we can say. It is a strong dehydrating agent, so byproduct water, it pulls back byproduct water, and therefore, because of use of concentrated H2SO4, since the reaction is reversible, use of concentrated H2SO4 will help the reaction shift or move or go more and more in forward direction, and reverse direction, the reverse reaction will be difficult or will take place to a less extent. That is one thing. And concentrated H2SO4, although it is concentrated, although to a small extent, but it is necessary, concentrated H2SO4 also makes available free H plus ions, which is also reaction which acts as a catalyst. Initially it enters, we call it as protonation, and in the final step it will go out, we call it as deprotonation. So, H2SO4 acts as a catalyst, initially makes available proton, which is of use during mechanism, that will be understood, and also it is a dehydrating agent. Final byproduct, main product is ester. Since it is a dehydrating agent, concentrated, if it is diluted, it cannot be a dehydrating agent. So, it has dual behavior. So, this is how in general I have just mentioned regarding this overall reaction is called as esterification reaction. Now, let us switch over to mechanism. Here also I have written a certain part, because now up till now whatever various mechanisms we have considered, if you have gone through that and if you have tried to understand that, then this will be simple to understand. So, I have written a certain part already. Carboxylic acid, as usual, two lone pairs on oxygen. Here are also two lone pairs of electrons on oxygen are present here also, but for this reaction the lone pair on this oxygen on carbonyl group is going to take part. Therefore, I have deliberately shown here and not shown here for the purpose of just a matter of convenience. H plus ion from, of course, concentrated H2SO4, H plus ions will protonate this carboxylic acid. This is carboxylic acid, one lone pair out of two, and empty orbital of H plus ion will undergo such type of protonation. So, lone pair becomes a shared pair, and therefore, the positive charge on proton, this enters in the form of H plus ion, positive charge on proton gets transferred to oxygen. So, oxygen becomes electron deficient. Now, here there is one resonating form. Since positive charge is there on oxygen, it is electron deficient. So, this pi electron out of 2, one will be pi. This pi electron has tendency to go to oxygen, and then what we get is this. So, now there will be two lone pairs, OH bond, and positive charge is developed. So, there is these two resonating forms are there. So, what does it indicate? Basically, this is polar, but because of positive charge on oxygen in this form, this becomes more polar, and therefore, attack of nucleophile on this carbon becomes more easy. Now, once you are familiar with this step, then I can move ahead. This resonance, the two resonating forms indicates that carbon becomes more electron deficient because of protonation. The hydrogen for protonation comes from concentrated H2SO4. So, this is the first step we can say. So, because of protonation, I have again written it here, the attack of nucleophile becomes easy, because ethyl alcohol, it can be any other alcohol. To explain, I have deliberately chosen carboxylic acid in general form and alcohol a specific case. It can be any other alcohol. Now, this is a nucleophile actually. Because although there are two lone pairs on oxygen in alcohol, one lone pair can be made available for coordinate covalent bond formation. One lone pair on oxygen can be made available for sharing. But alcohol is not that strong nucleophile, or we can say that it is a weak nucleophile. It is not strong, it is not that weak. Actually, I would have preferred moderate, but let it be. It is not that strong. For that way, let me write it. It is a weak nucleophile. Because of protonation, this oxygen becomes electron deficient. So, the polarity of this carbonyl group increases, means this carbonyl group, this delta positive carbon, delta carbon is already delta positive, oxygen is delta negative. The electron deficiency of carbon is further increased, which helps the attack of nucleophile. So, now the attack of alcohol, the attack of lone pair on oxygen in alcohol becomes easy because of protonation. So, now the attack of lone pair on this more electron deficient carbon in carbonyl group, and further steps. To show that, I have to rub this and I will continue here the esterification. So, let me continue with what I had told you earlier. Protonation of this oxygen in carboxylic acid. Because of the protonation, the electron deficiency of this carbon increases, and that helps the attack of this nucleophile. In short, I will write it as nucleophile. Lone pair of electrons on oxygen attacks the carbon. The moment lone pair forms a bond pair here, pi bond, out of these two, one will be a pi, get shifted here, and what we get, let me write it here. Alcohol, lone pair will form a bond with this carbon. Ethyl alcohol we have used. Now, out of two lone pairs, one lone pair has formed a shared pair, bond pair, and therefore, positive charge will get developed here. Okay. The moment this is formed, this is electron deficient, this undergoes internal rearrangement, what we call as tautomerism. Means what? This oxygen, which is now electron deficient, earlier it was alcohol, the lone pair forms a shared pair. It will try to get the routine lone pair by pulling this lone pair towards itself. The moment this lone pair is pulled, this hydrogen will shift to the lone pair of oxygen in OH, and what do we get? This process, the internal rearrangement, we call it as tautomerism, and let me write that now, the internal rearrangement. the lone pair on oxygen and this hydrogen. The arrow indicates that the electron pair earlier was oxygen, now it is shared between the two, and therefore, what remains behind, this oxygen gets the lone pair, second lone pair again back. Two lone pairs. Now, positive charge will be developed here. Now, this oxygen becomes electron deficient. There are two lone pairs on oxygen. They are always present if two bonds of oxygen are there, and even if one oxygen forms a double bond. Now, this more electron deficient oxygen, positive charge is developed on this oxygen as compared to this more electron deficient. It will try to cover that deficiency by, of course, it has no choice by pulling this shared pair, heterolysis. The moment this bond gets broken and gets shifted here, this lone pair will form a shared pair, valency of carbon. That I will write here. This shared pair, when it gets transmitted to the oxygen in the form of lone pair, it will become water. So, dehydration means removal of water actually. And the moment this bond pair goes, valency of carbon should be maintained, the lone pair becomes a shared pair. And therefore, what we get at this juncture is this one lone pair. Let me use arrow for the sake of understanding. Ethyl group. Now, I can write in this fashion now. And the bond which goes to oxygen will give rise to, now since this lone pair has become a shared pair, the positive charge is developed here, and plus water. I want to continue further, therefore, instead of writing water on that side, for the sake of simplicity of writing, I will write it here, the water which is given out. Okay. And I can continue further with this. Now, again this oxygen becomes electron deficient. So, it will try to cover this electron deficiency, compensate by pulling this shared pair towards itself, and hydrogen will get released in the form of free H plus ions. Hydrogen gets removed in the form of H plus ions, and what remains behind is this. This is nothing but ester, and hydrogen is given out. Now, if we compare this, initially H plus ion entered in the form of proton. So, this stage was called as protonation. And during that process, water is given out. I have written it here. And finally, hydrogen goes out in the form of H plus ion. This is deprotonation. Means proton from H2SO4, concentrated H2SO4, because H2SO4 has to do another job. It has to pull this water, and this water should not be available for reverse reaction, that is dehydration, strong dehydrating agent H2SO4. And second, it makes available H plus ion in the first step, and the H plus ion is again obtained in the last step. So, protonation is the initiation and deprotonation is the last step, and we get ester. Now, one more point I want to make is that we use concentrated H2SO4 here normally. Sometimes instead of concentrated H2SO4, dry HCl is used instead of concentrated H2SO4, dry HCl is used. Carboxylic acid plus alcohol instead of in presence of concentrated H2SO4 dry HCl. The reason is that if alcohol instead of ethyl alcohol, suppose that if the alcohol were secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, I will use this space. If the alcohol instead of ethyl alcohol, okay, basically the reaction is alcohol plus carboxylic acid gives ester and water. The mechanism I have shown you. Instead of primary alcohol, if suppose that we use secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, then what? Carboxylic acid plus alcohol, but instead of primary alcohol like ethyl alcohol and propyl alcohol, if we use isopropyl alcohol or some other tertiary alcohol, we cannot use H2SO4 because instead of carrying out the expected esterification reaction, concentrated H2SO4 is a strong dehydrating agent. It will carry out dehydration, giving rise to alkene, Now, why this alkene formation if secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol is used? The reason is very simple. This we have covered during hyperconjugation effect. Because secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol in presence of acid forms secondary and tertiary carbonium ions, and dehydration of alcohols is easy because dehydration of secondary alcohols goes through secondary carbonium ions, tertiary alcohol it goes through tertiary carbonium ions, and stability of carbonium ions we have studied. Tertiary carbonium ion is more stable than secondary carbonium ion, which is more stable than primary carbonium ion. Means what? The example which I have taken here, ethyl alcohol, or instead of that it would have been methyl alcohol, or it can be N-propyl alcohol, then it would be, all these three come under primary alcohol. Dehydration of primary alcohols is difficult. They require 95% H2SO4 and very high temperature. But dehydration of secondary alcohol giving rise to alkene, propene plus water, and all other secondary and tertiary alcohols, it is easy. So, if alcohol in use, if it is instead of primary alcohol, if it is secondary or tertiary, then we cannot carry out esterification by using carboxylic acid and these alcohols, because instead of esterification, dehydration giving rise to alkene will take place. Then the option is that we have to use dry HCl. And why the dehydration of secondary and tertiary alcohols is easy, that part we have already covered, and that becomes application of hyperconjugation also. Hence, that part should also be considered. So, although esterification normally we take alcohols, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, and therefore we do not consider, but this point also should be taken care of. This is how I have explained you esterification.